Hi everyone, welcome back to Joanne Tech Lover. I'm Joanne and I'll be taking a look at this Gigabyte X99-Ultra Gaming Motherboard. I'll be using this board for my next build, so stay tuned for that. Here's a quick look at the box details. This is an X99 motherboard. It's socket 2011-3 and it comes with RGB surround LED. The modes are auto, still, pulse, or beat. There's also an onboard header so you can power LED strips and sync them with the motherboard. It has dual hybrid fan headers so you get extra headers for your CPU pump and fan. You can have full control over 2 water pumps or fans. Additionally, you can choose between voltage calibration or PWM mode. The USB 3.1 controller can achieve speeds up to 20 gigabits per second thanks to the fact that it's PCI Express Gen 2 by 2. There's U.2 on board for super fast storage options up to 32 gigabits per second speeds. You have 2 gigabit Ethernet ports, one Intel and one Killer E2400. It also features CFOS speed for network traffic shaping. Here's everything that comes in the box. First up is the user's manual. This is a multilingual installation guidebook. These are SATA cable labels. I like that they're color-coded so it's easier to remember which drive the cable is plugged into. You get a couple software CDs and there's even a Do Not Disturb door hanger. Included is a G1 gaming case badge. Now let's take a look at the provided cables and whatnot. There's 6 SATA cables in both the L and straight connectors. I've never seen them in silver before. That's probably to match the motherboard. This is a 1 to 3 power cable. This cable is handy for extreme overclocking. And here's the RGB LED strip extension cable. You get a G connector to make plugging up all the front panel connectors easier. Also included is this 2-way SLI bridge. This is a ribbon connector. There's also a 3-way SLI bridge as part of the package. It's nice that they've thrown in 2 Velcro ties. Finally, here's the I/O shield. It's padded on one side and has a nice coating overall. This is an ATX form factor board. It measures 305mm by 244mm. Here's a look at the back of the motherboard. It has a black PCB and 2 ounces of copper, enabling it to handle better power loads, all the while keeping things slightly cooler. As you can see, it's got a white, red, gray, and black color scheme. Since I'll be building with this board, I'll have to match it up with white and red components. Over here is a plastic I/O shield, and there's a heatsink over the VRM and another heatsink over the chipset. You get an all-digital CPU power design, which includes 4th gen digital PWM controllers and 3rd gen power stage controllers. This board comes with DuraBlack solid capacitors and server-level Cooper Bussmann chokes. Sometimes resistors stop working due to sulfur buildup. With Gigabyte's anti-sulfur design, this should help fix that issue. Here's the CPU socket. It supports the Intel i7-6950X CPU, as well as various i7 and Xeon 2011-3 processors. I'll be using a 14-core Xeon chip in my build. It comes equipped with a 15-micron thick gold-plated CPU socket. Slightly below this is the CPU fan header. These are the 8 DDR4 DIMM slots supporting up to 128 gigs of memory. This is a quad-channel board that's XMP ready, and Gigabyte claims you can achieve 3400 MHz plus with overclocking. And you can use non-ECC unbuffered memory as well as registered DIMMs. They've added some ultra-durable features as well, such as memory armor, which is a one-piece stainless steel shield. It adds strength, but it also guards against PCB distortion and ESD interference. You'll notice that between the DIMM slots are strips of LED. Here's how they would look on the motherboard along with the other LEDs. I'll show you what this looks like when I build my new system. Moving along are the PCIe ports. You get 2 PCIe X16 slots running at X16. There's plenty of space between the top 2 slots for more airflow. The bottom 2 PCIe X16 slots run at X8. You have support for Quad-GPU SLI and Crossfire X, as well as 3-way SLI and Crossfire. Between the bottom 2 slots, we have Gigabyte's patented dual BIOS. One is the main BIOS and the other is the backup BIOS. These are soldered to the motherboard. Beneath the top slot is a PCIe X1 slot. All the PCIe ports have stainless steel shielding to help support the weight of the heavier cards. They also have 2 locking points that are soldered to the PCB to further strengthen the slots. They call this their double locking bracket. Here are a couple M.2 slots. We have one Gen 3x4 M.2 that supports up to 110mm NVMe SSDs. The other M.2 is for an optional wireless card. Next to this connector is the Cmos Battery. On this board is a Turbo B clock IC. This allows overclockers to have better and more control over the BCLK. Now let's walk around the board. On the top edge is System Fan 1. Next to that is the CPU power connector. This is the CPU opt pump that can be used for a fan or pump. On the right edge is the 24-pin power connector. Next to that is the USB 3 header, and this is a Thunderbolt add-in card connector. Here's the NVMe PCIe Gen 3x4 U.2 connector. To the left of that are the 10 SATA 6 gigabit per second ports and the SATA Express connector. On the bottom edge is the front panel connector, and this is the System Fan 3 pump connector for either a fan or a pump. Above that is the clear CMOS jumper. Next to the System Fan 3 connector is a USB 3 header. These are two USB 2.0 headers. And here's the System Fan 2 connector. This is the TPM module. To the left of that is a PCIe power connector. When 2 or more graphics cards are installed, it's recommended to connect the power cable from the power supply to this header. Here's the RGB LED strip extension cable connector. And this is the audio header. Above that is the SPDIF out header. On the rear are the ports. This is the PS2 keyboard mouse port. Below that are 2 USB 3.0 ports. To the right are the Wi-Fi antenna connector holes. Beneath that is the USB Type-C port. Next to that is a USB 3.1 Type-A port. Here are the 2 LAN ports. And this is a USB 3.0 white port. Before using QFlash Plus, make sure to insert the USB flash drive into this white port first. QFlash Plus allows the users to update their BIOS using a thumb drive, even if the CPU or memory are not installed. There are 3 USB 3.0 blue ports in this section. Last but not least are the audio jacks and SPDIF out connector. It features the Realtek ALC 1150 codec with 7.1 HD audio and 115 decibel signal-to-noise ratio. And amp-up audio means you get a rear audio amplifier and high-quality audio capacitors. That wraps up this look at the Gigabyte X99-Ultra Gaming Motherboard. If you like what you saw and you want to see more like it, be sure to hit the like, comment, and subscribe buttons, as well as follow me on social media. Joanne Tech Lover Facebook, Joanne Tech Lover again on Twitter, and Joanne Tech Lover once more on Instagram. Also, be sure to follow me on my other YouTube channels, JTL Lifestyle, JTL Cuteness Overload, and JTL Love Life and Advice. I guess it's bye for now, and see you later!